coming to the stage. Oh.
It's not plugged in. I think so.
Boom. We're here.
Oh, that's it. That's all it took.
It's literally just the worst way to possibly start a show is everybody here. I realized we were added to the stage too. But I was like, I thought I could have swore I took us off the stage, but we're on the stage. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Friday dances. Friday dances. Fridays only, think about it, in the grand scheme of life, Fridays only come around
once a week.
Once every 7 days, right? And sometimes 7 days, it feels like a long time, right? But Fridays are unique. They've always been fun. I mean, tell me a Friday that isn't, the most lit. Like, you can find a bad thing that's happened on a Friday, still guarantee you that was a pretty good Friday. Look up worst Fridays of all time, and I will find a way to justify that it was actually a good Friday. Oh, hold on.
Black Friday. Oh, well then the whole argument is null and void then, because we can't top that. We can't top. Noah was born. That nothing bad, like it immediately just gets written out. It's like, yeah, but Noah was born, so who cares if it was bad?
Facts.
Depending on what day that you were born, it depends.
I was born on a Friday.
Okay, Friday people are not to be fucked with. If you were born on a certain day, it determines like certain like karmic things about you, your personality, and yeah, Friday people are lit.
I think I was born on Friday. I'm looking to make sure.
Yeah, do a double check on that, Austin. You don't want to lie to the people right now. Say you're born on a Friday.
I don't want to hear about October 3rd pre-1600.
You wish you were born on a Friday, my man. All right? Everybody wishes they were born on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Black Friday is when I get the best deals on everything. So,
See,
boom,
Fridays
that
are
proves
lit.
Black Friday.
Fridays are lit. You cannot deny that they are. I love me a good Friday. Even though I'm self-employed, like I still look forward to Fridays.
Yeah,
So,
me too. But even though like today, it's gonna be so full transparency, it's gonna be a short show because I have to go film a client immediately after this. And then I'm still waiting to hear back from that other big client. No, I'll tell you who it is off air. But one of my clients might have a really big guest in today. I've been in limbo for the last 2 days. But also, Miss Noah, I am getting rid of my Ford.
Oh.
Did you?
R.I.P., but I
Anybody
know.
who follows me and saw my Instagram story 2 nights ago, you'll know why.
Oh, damn.
That motherfucker stopped in the middle of Valley View, just shut off and just wouldn't let me shift into neutral at 5:15 p.m. Middle of rush hour.
This is why I don't understand. Your car's not a hoopty.
No,
It's not an old car.
It's a Ford.
At
That's
all.
the problem. So I'm trying to get in next week. I'm gonna get a Hyundai.
Okay. Those are reliable.
But it's a big
Good
beefy
warranties.
Oh yeah, it has like 100,000-mile warranty. It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's insane.
Okay, let me figure this out real quick, and then we'll jump into this topic because I know Noah's bringing heat as well. Why can't I see like what day of the week?
Well, all you gotta do is just go
Friday.
to
Friday.
Yes.
Friday?
There we go.
October 3rd,
Yes.
and the year you were
100%
born.
confirmed?
Yes.
Oh.
Let's go. Noah and I are born on Fridays. Therefore, anything bad that happens on a Friday doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't
Fridays
count.
are fucking lit. I'm releasing so much content. Everybody.
Crystal Brown says her birthday's Monday.
Oh, happy
Oh,
birthday,
Crystal.
Crystal.
Happy early.
Happy early birthday. Now we got everybody. We got Amaya, I think that's how you say it, on Black Cauldron's chat saying they were born on a Tuesday. People are going, what about Thursday?
Listen,
Oh,
I'm gonna look it up. I'm
She
gonna
said
look
it's
it
a
up.
Juneteenth baby.
What does your birthday mean? Aside from
Are we going to have Gary the numbers guy on here and he can just fucking spout
I'm about to
BS
look.
the whole time?
I'm a life path of 3.
I'm a
'Cause I
life
was born
path
on the
of
12th.
Gary,
1
shut
plus
up.
2 is 3. That's the part that gets me. Is like that you add numbers to preach your narrative.
Yes,
But I guess that's how
numerology.
numerology works.
I guess.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
so here's the thing. Is like, I do think
am
there's some
a
truth to
master
numerology.
11. Thank you. I'm a master.
I think there
11,
is some
so-
truth to it.
Mm.
Yeah, because we're in a simulation and we're just figuring
And we're
out
all
our
ones
code.
and zeros.
We're figuring out our code. They try to throw us off with DNA when it's really just ones and zeros.
Yeah, see, my code, this is a coding joke. When I remember when I learned how to code, if you wanted to remove something, oh my God. When you want to like, instead of, because you don't just delete things, but when you want to like leave it in the code but not run, you put 2 slashes next to it. That's me. I'm just kind of there. Miss Noah, I've got an interesting topic for you today.
Okay.
Today we're going to be talking about, and this is much like the not so much like the Death Valley Germans, but more so the other mountain one we talked about, and this is the Anaris mountain tragedy. I'm not going to pronounce all these names because this is in Sweden and they have a lot of characters above the word or the letters, and that's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
But so this was in February in Sweden of 1978. 8 dead, 1 survivor. A fast onset mountain weather disaster with a brutal decision cascade.
Okay.
So this was in, I'm just going to say Anaris. It's about 100 kilometers west of a major city in Sweden. It was between February 23rd and 25th, 1978. People involved were 9 skiers total, and they were caught in a storm. 8 died, 1 survived. Who they were a group of tour skiers, 2 17-year-old girls plus 4 men aged 22 to 37, plus a separate day trip group of 3 men who ended up at the same emergency shelter. Core cause that was officially framed was exposure/hypothermia after an extreme wind event and a failed emergency shelter decision. So they tried to shelter up and it did not go. So let's go over the timeline. 22nd of February 1978 is day 1. The group skis from one mountain to another. It's giving me all these names as if I live there. The plan was to ski 14 kilometers to another place, and they departed around 8:30 in the morning. And this is now starting day 2, February 23rd. Morning conditions were clear light with wind at about negative 16 degrees Celsius. So pretty freaking cold. Around midday, after only around 4 kilometers of progress, conditions flip, reported downslope winds of now 25 meters per second and temps around negative 20 degrees Celsius. They dig an emergency snow shelter, essentially a shallow trench pit with skis, windsack, and snow blocks as a roof. But they place it in a frozen creek ravine with too little snow to build a proper barrier. Nearby deeper drifts reported 4 meters snow depth would have been a better excavation site. Or I guess just a better place to do it. So if they just went 4 meters over, they would have been fine. But with the wind conditions, it was very hard to see. So the separate day trip group of 3 men arrives and asks for shelter. The accounts differ about how they fit in and around the shelter. Now we go to the 23rd to the 25th of February, the entrapment. Wind increases. The group becomes effectively pinned in / near the shelter as spindrift fills it and the roof repeatedly falls due to failure. 25th of February, the one survivor gets out. The only survivor, who was Krister, who was 22, stays physically active trying to improve the shelter, loses his mittens, and ultimately can't get back in. When the wind eases, he tries to dig out and wake the others, then skis back toward the major place that they just came from, which is about 4 kilometers away, for help. He encounters 2 fishermen on snowmobiles who trigger the alarm chain. With the rescue and recovery, first responders reach the site. 2 people show weak signs of life and are airlifted to a hospital, but they die very shortly after. The rest are already dead when rescuers arrive. So let's go over how could this happen with the details. The shelter choice was fatally suboptimal. They dug where snow was too shallow, meaning the roof was unstable and kept blowing off. Spindrift could flood the cavity. They could create a deep insulating snow cave effect, and they were very close to much deeper drifts that would have worked better. So but the thing is they, these are expert skiers. They should probably have known a little bit better about survival instincts and tactics. So
I really don't, but it doesn't surprise me that they don't. They're skiers, yes, but survivalists.
I wouldn't say they're pure survivalists, but I feel like you have to have some information.
Yeah,
like you have to have some kind of an inkling.
The bare minimum.
Yeah, like at least enough to know. Okay, let's find lower ground. Is that Mr. Fresh in the building?
Yo.
Yes.
Mr. Fresh, do you need me to give you the quick spark notes?
Give him the footnotes. I don't even know if he can hear you.
Yeah, no, he's in right. Like he does not know he's in the call right now.
Hold on, cause let me.
I'm gonna take him off. You could send him a text.
Yeah.
Oh, see now
he
bro.
said,
literally, as I take him off, he starts looking at the screen.
He said, "I'm backstage, but can only hear Bree."
No, he's
Are
literally.
you here? You're here,
Mr. Fresh.
I'm backstage, but I can only hear Bree.
You can't hear me right now?
I can't hear him. I could hear him at first, and then his audio just cut out.
Oh shit! Okay, well we're live. Everybody can see you.
Yeah.
Hey, boo. Hey.
What's going on, y'all? Go ahead, put me backstage until I figure it out.
Monique, somebody gave you a $1.99 super chat on your channel, Miss Noah.
Well, thank you very much. I'm not even on my chat. Shout out to everybody that's in my chat, my little breakfast club. I know it's probably every bit of almost 2 o'clock where y'all are at, but it is only 10:47 here. So good morning, good afternoon.
Yes, 10:47 here. Good morning.
It is. It's early here.
Yeah. So continuing on with this, they had survival gear, but it stayed trapped in packs. So a later medical / official summary notes said that they had suitable supplies, wind sacks, down jackets, sleeping bags, food, warm drink. But gear remained in backpacks and became hard / impossible to access with frozen hands.
Okay.
Cold physiology made everything worse. So a compiled medical summary describes cold diuresis, increased urination in cold, and the inability to manage it properly. Wet clothing.
Wait, you pee more when it's cold?
Yeah. So this comes from wet clothing, even from urine. Dramatically increases heat loss, especially with wind.
So you got to, like, if you're in the cold and you have to pee, you got to be like, no, I'm fighting it.
And then you just rupture.
I never knew that. We have to pee
that's a
more
new
when it's cold.
fun fact.
Fun fact. Hypothermia drives non-intuitive behavior, as we know, so multiple reconstructions emphasize that as hypothermia progresses, decision-making collapses, people fail to use sleeping bags, fail to eat, and make choices that look irrational in hindsight. We know this from almost every single thing. Hypothermia makes it so that your brain just doesn't work anymore, and you stop like knowing how to live. So the survivor's difference maker was movement. So Krister survives largely because he remains active, generating heat until the cost, lost mittens, and frostbite becomes permanent. So what killed them? At least the most evidence-aligned explanation is the incident is best explained as a catastrophic exposure cascade. Clear weather, then sudden downslope wind event, then failed shelter location design, then entrapment plus spin drift, then the inability to access/use gear, and all of that turns into progressive hypothermia.
Yeah.
Now, here are some theories. Got a couple, not as many, but we have a few. First one is downslope shot / katabatic wind plus exposure, which is the primary theory. Fits the documented rapid wind escalation and extreme chill. Fits the failure mode. You can't stand, you can't see, can't travel, can't build properly. You literally have no vision. The second theory is the bad shelter as a decisive mistake. With the same storm, different outcome is possible if they excavate in deeper drifts and get fully into sleeping bags sooner. The last one is the human factor spiral, which is the late decision to stop plus fine motor failure plus hypothermia cognition collapse equals people never fully transition into survival mode. So there is some fringe. There's with this one, it's pretty cut and dry. There's really no like real big fringe theories with it. The thing that I want to know is like what compels people to keep going out into these conditions.
I mean, friend, you know them people. They be doing shit and then they wait till the last minute.
People. What you mean them people?
She's talking about y'all. Sorry.
Sometimes white people be white people and a little too close to the sun because I feel like this is not anything that's supernatural. They just literally underestimated the conditions and waited to the very last minute to
FAFO for real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I really think it was, is that they underestimated it, waited too long, and then they fucked around and found out.
Yeah. So that's my story for today. Just tried to do, because I knew we were going to have a shorter show, I just wanted to do a real quick one where stop going out into the fucking mountains in the winter.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that.
Hey, so I want to take a poll and figure out how many African American people are getting stuck in these type of situations.
None. Not a goddamn one. Okay,
would you get hold on, let me I'm putting up a poll. Would you go out into the mountains in winter?
I'm telling you, Austin, most black people, we don't even like camping. We go glamping.
We are tropical people. You tropical people too. George tropical people. None of us are conditioned in our DNA to be playing out in a goddamn mountain with a bunch of snow.
Like we're white. Like, so what you're saying is we're white, but we're not that type of white. You know, there is a difference. There is like because I see people sometimes, like I saw a lot of them in the Winter Olympics, and I'm like, I can understand why Norway is crushing us right now. You know, like I get it. Like, it just makes perfect sense to me.
On me, my homegirl, she's German, and she was all proud of the winter stuff they do, and I'm like,
yeah, come talk to us in the summer.
It makes sense. Yeah.
But she's a black German, so it's like, I guess.
Oh, she's like Poussey from Orange is the New Black?
No, she's, well, my little illegal alien. I love her, but
my little illegal alien.
She is. But she came here when she was like 10, but she still don't like the snow, even though she's a black German. Hates the cold. But, you know.
But she lives here?
She lives in Pittsburgh. Yeah, so she's in the boat.
But you guys get snow in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. We do, but it's not like, people think that it'd be
not like New York.
Snowy. Yeah, it snows, but it don't snow like Buffalo.
So it doesn't snow like the nice snow where it's like Winter Wonderland. It's like the brown snow that just kind of accumulates.
It's not the snow you're gonna go eat off the ground.
Yeah, you look at that.
There's times that I pick snow up off the ground like, yo, this looks delicious. It's not in Pittsburgh.
So,
Utah, that was like Winter Wonderland.
Mr. Fresh, did you also know that you shouldn't pee while you're in the snow?
I did not know that.
Just because it makes you lose body heat.
Well, no,
it makes sense.
So So the thing with this is, with the urine, if it's like, if you're already hypothermic, you develop a condition where you pee more, and then because you do, you develop more heat loss. But then like it's because you get like wet.
Yeah.
Like if you're pissing in a blizzard.
We do not like Mr. Go said, we don't partake in any of those activities. We don't pee outside in the winter. We don't go outside in the winter. We are tropical people. Y'all are too. Y'all ain't even. I don't consider Austin white. That's a Mexican.
Have you guys seen?
I don't consider George is absolutely not white. George got black in him. African.
Yeah, I have
Cuban.
28.5-inch vertical.
Oh yeah. But George is a 28.5-inch vertical.
Is what it
so
is.
we can't say Cuban man can't jump because he clearly can.
Well, somebody said, "Look, I live in the mountains. When we go out,
hey, George, I'm not going to ruin the whole video, but George ran a 5-second flat 40.
I have no idea what that is. You know,
that's the 40-yard dash. That's what they use for the NFL Combine. How fast was Junior's?
Okay. He runs Sunday.
Oh, he runs Sunday. The Combine is Sunday.
So I said I was faster than him. If he's faster than me, then I'm going to be like, damn. The clip will go viral, though.
Christina said she's from Appalachia. How is that working for you? How has that been? Please
call us and tell us.
We don't.
Tell us how.
I thought y'all just don't go into the mountains. Period.
Appalachian mountains, because.
No, I'm
supposed to go there. I'm supposed to go there in May. I don't know if I'm going anymore, but I'm supposed to go to West Virginia.
Yeah, it's a lot of black people, which I'm not saying Christina is, but there's a lot of black people that are from the Appalachian. A lot of hoodoos, because there's different subsidiaries. Not all hoodoos are the same. Like we have our Appalachians, our Deltas, our Louisianas, that type of thing. But I could not imagine growing up in such a portal. So, Carlos.
Yeah, that's like the international airport. That's like Atlanta.
It's crazy work.
That's like the Atlanta airport for like spiritual portals.
Swear to God. If you've never been to the Atlanta airport, then you don't know what he means, but that place is a portal in itself.
But it's like the hub, though. It's like that in New Orleans. Like New Orleans is like JFK airport.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy is we flew into Atlanta, and I don't even remember it. Like I don't remember nothing about the Atlanta airport.
Got a train and some more weird. They were one of the first airports with a tram. And that was nothing I ever had seen in my life.
It had to be another timeline for me because I don't even I remember us being on the plane with our kids, but I do not remember the airport.
Yeah, because I had Tootie on top of our luggage because he was still small, and I was using it as a makeshift stroller.
I remember we had a minivan. I don't even remember where we got it from. I don't remember.
The airport. It was a tour.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, I have a showrunner.
Okay.
All right, so today we are going to talk about the Ariel School UFO incident in 1994.
Is that the one in Africa?
Yes, this was in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Okay. This happened September 16th, 1994. Okay, so the question is, did these children, which I already know, especially since we're all mystics, right? You watch my page and you know that this should be real, but they are trying to say this incident was mass hysteria. So the real question is, did this happen? Was there aliens, or was there a mass compromise of these children, whether it be like chemicals or just hysteria? What was it? So I'm going to break it down of what happened. So around mid-morning recess, mind you, these are elementary school children, and we know kids do not lie. While teachers were inside in a meeting, children outside playing claimed that a silver disc spacecraft descended near the edge of the schoolyard. Okay? Of course, them being children, being curious, they went over to it. And whenever they went over to it, one or more small beings little tiny people, about 3 to 4 feet tall, exited the spacecraft. Okay. Now, they all reported that the beings had large almond eyes, thin bodies, dark lifted or dark tight fitting suits, and long black hair. According to some students did not remember if they had hair, but they all said that they looked the same in the face. Okay. Several children said one being approached him, and this is where it kind of got strange. Now, all of the children reported that these beings, these aliens, were communicating telepathically. Okay. So no one ever spoke a word, and they could relate what these beings were telling them. And the beings telepathically was telling them in so many words, if you guys don't change the way things are, your earth is going to be fucked up. That's what they said. If you don't do good and be good, this is what your world is going to look like. And the beings showed them almost in like a PowerPoint in their head what the world is going to look like. It'd be suffrage, a lot of wickedness, and different things like that. So they're basically saying, get right with the Lord to the little kids, okay? So they all report the same thing, right? They said it was about environmental destruction, technology harming humanity, the world becoming too technological. Remember, this was in 1994. What do we have
We
today?
ain't even had Y2K yet.
I'm telling you.
George and I were -3 and 4.
Said,
hey, Y2K was hard.
We have Chat GPT. AI is running rampant. We don't know what's real and fake. We question everything. You know, I literally.
I mean, they probably showed them a highlight like, hey, this is what the administration is going to look like in 2026.
Some of the visions, including that, like I said, it was a PowerPoint in their head. Some of the visions, including dying trees, pollution, devastation. It was very, very on brand for what we're going through right now, right? Some children said they were shown images of the futures, cities in ruin, and ecological, I can never say it, destruction. So basically, just our world in the grand scheme of things is fucked up.
I mean, but that's happening now, though. Think about it.
Hello?
It was 40 degrees last week. It's 80 this week.
Yes. Global warming, just all shitty, right? So they describe feeling intense emotions, right? As this is happening, sadness, urgency, anxiety, and a sense of doom and warning. All of these kids are saying this, right? So the investigation was held by a Harvard psychiatrist. His name was John E. Mack, and a Zimbabwean UFO researcher. Her name was Cynthia Hind. So Mark conducted recorded interviews, which you can find online to this day. Very interesting to watch. Highly recommend it. I might do a video on it. And they recorded these children. And the keynotes was the children were interviewed separately just to make sure that none of the kids were influencing the others. Okay.
Right.
Because obviously they came back into school after the meeting was like, we just saw aliens. And then the staff thought, well, maybe they're just kidding around or whatever. No, they weren't. So they interviewed them separately to make sure that the children wasn't playing on their top, basically. Their stories were largely consistent. They appeared sincere, not playful or hysterical. Didn't crack a motherfucking smile during these interviews.
Yeah.
Okay? Nothing. So they were serious. These kids saw what they saw and they knew what they knew. They also had to draw pictures, and many of them drew the little grayish looking aliens and the silver disc. So it's all largely consistent, right? Now, possible logical / psychological reasoning for this to happen, because of course we always, as humans, want to put reason behind something, like one that makes sense. Mass hysteria / social contagion. So children influence each other easily. One child sees something strange, the others build on it. Imagination spreads quickly in groups. That's one thing that they said. Excuse me. Cultural context. In 1994, that was the UFO peak era. Everybody and their mama was saying they've seen aliens or whatever the case is. And there's a lot of documented UFO sightings and abductions. Some of them were debunked, some of them were actually real. Um, the X-Files also was popular globally. Like that was X-File peak era too. Alien imagery was heavily circulating in the media, right? Even if Zimbabwe wasn't saturated with Western media, some exposure still existed because we were obsessed with the aliens here in America. And then
Right.
other countries kind of followed. Um, Misidentified objects, the possibility this was an experimental aircraft, satellite debris, a shiny rock or reflection, a prank. Who's paying little people 3 to 4 feet tall to dress up as aliens and go telepathically talk to kids?
Johnny Knoxville.
Maybe. But even he wasn't as popular
But
back
even
then.
That sounds like an
even
Oompa
then,
Loompa.
yeah, even
Right.
then
It's
though.
like the shit is like they tried to put two and two together and it just didn't make sense. No confirmed aircraft activity was reported that day. Um, Critics argue that leading questions can unintentionally shape children's narratives. So basically, they're asking kids questions that could possibly give them an answer, right?
Right.
Repeated interviews can reinforce memory distortion. So the strange part, right? Here's what's strange. No adults claim to see the beings. The children stuck to their stories decades later. These kids are grown now. And to this day, they still say they saw them people, the beings on the playground and that they communicated telepathically. Um, the telepathic environmental message was consistent. That's one thing that did not stray at all, is that that's the message that they got, that the world was going to be in ruin if we didn't change our ways. Okay? So this is what the spiritualists, us, said, right? That these were interdimensional entities, that they communicated telepathically because they're on a higher frequency form of communication. Remember, whenever we talked to, I think his name was Andrew, where we're right
Yep.
here on like 20 hertz and they're up here.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what they're saying. Children are more spiritually open and less ego blocked. I've told y'all this 1,000,001 times. Kids have no veil. Right. So they're talking to the future. Got to think about it. Who, at that time, you got to think, who was the future? Michael Jackson told us children are the future, right?
Mhm.
So, Earth Guardians and Star Beings, they had the Gaia consciousness, Starseed belief system, cosmic interventions, right? And then this is a collective consciousness event. Rather than physical aliens, it could have been a psychic group vision, a collective download, archetypal image, kind of like going into a simulation, if you will. I think it was just aliens. I mean, shit. I don't believe there's any other explanation. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Do y'all think this was mass hysteria?
I do think they did go into mass hysteria, but it's because they saw aliens.
Right, exactly.
Like I think there is mass hysteria, but it's mass hysteria because they saw some shit. Like,
yeah, that's what I feel like. It's not hard to believe. Kids do not lie. These are small children. These are not like
right. These are big kids.
no matter how much you want them to, they won't lie. You'll be like, "Hey, tell them you're 5. I'm 8." God.
Right. Listen, I swear, when we try to take them to restaurants, they never do it. I seen my son's mom has a little grandson. He's 5 or 6. That boy be having it down packed. She be like, "Tell him you 4. I'm 4." But my kids always snitch. They never just, so
my mommy says
liars.
to say I'm 4. God damn.
I'm 4. He said it and knew on top, like, this is how we're gonna get this food. But
and he's gonna be 25. I'm 11.
I'm 11. Listen, I pay child's fare.
I got a condition. Don't question it. Kids, they're not gonna lie about something like that.
No. And these kids were young. I believe they were about in like the 2nd, 3rd grade. And kids are not predisposed to lie like that. Not a group of they don't even have the cognitive They're not there yet to get together and say, let's make up this and stick to it decades later.
All right, George. Hey, George, stop picking your nose. I'm gonna need you to lie with me about these aliens.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense, but they obviously want a reason, because back then aliens, the government was still denying it, and now we're kind of trying to be distracted from them files, which, by the way, I love y'all on my page. Y'all know I love y'all because I got demonetized for the last like 4 videos just because I said EP file. So Trump and his administration a couple of days ago were like, we're going to release the secret files about aliens. Well, it's kind of too late for that. We
don't care, bro. Unless they're going to nuke us right now. Like, I don't care. We're going to
release the files for the aliens. Release the redacted, unredacted files that we really want to see. We do not care. Them aliens are not looking.
The thing with me about the files is, like, I already know. All right, like the people that you need to care.
It's becoming aliens. The files is becoming aliens.
Yeah, at this point, like, it's just like, yeah, I already know that they're all pieces of shit. Like, there's nothing I can do. People obviously just don't care. So,
well, what's at the bottom of the files,
let them eat cake.
It's not about. They're not hiding the fact that these people are PDF files. That's not what they're hiding, because we know that. What's at the bottom of the files is what they're hiding.
Is the KFC secret herbs and spices.
They're giving us McDonald's, but
God damn,
there is filet mignon at the bottom of that file. Okay? Trust me, I will never be the same after going through all of that shit for that video, just for them to demonetize it. But it had to be said. I don't even care. Okay? So it is said at the bottom of those files is because Jeffrey, who, was on the board of a couple of different companies. One that dealt with homeless youth, one that promoted an underground city, and you can apply and they'll let you into the said underground city, and one that deployed wealthy people, out into space in case of a catastrophe. But one of the chairmen also talked about trafficking children in and out of space. Okay? This is not about PDF files. It's something else in them files, right? Because why would you sit on the board for homeless youth? And even in some of those files, it was said, literally, it's a handwritten note, said that the girls that they were rounding up are runaways, right? So it's way bigger than that. The Clintons, they were like, oh, we want to be transparent, release the files. I've read the files where they're in it, and I don't understand why they would ever just be that candid. I mean, I guess they're just honest people, right? But it's really disturbing. It really is. And probably should have went to therapy this week after reading all that shit. But if you haven't watched my video on the EP files, I highly recommend it, because it is.
And then Superchat $5 after you watch it, because they want to play around and take away her monetization.
They really. YouTube is funny. They let who they want get off with certain shit. There's no way. I've seen other creators cover this, and I know damn well they're not demonetized. But it's very interesting to look at. So
they let people upload bad, like, combine videos of, like, them trying to, like, show that they could run the combine, but they won't let you talk about what's important.
Well, yeah. And I feel like even the last one, I bleeped out. It took me almost 5 days to edit that video because I bleeped out every single bad word.
Oh.
Every single bad word. Not a single. I didn't even put the word trafficking in. I didn't let that even go. And it still got demonetized because.
What's like a. Like, you have to say like another word, like. When you get your Amazon Prime order.
Yeah. I usually just be like little people playing in traffic, and keep
little people playing in traffic.
No, for real, because if you say child trafficking, it's going to pick it up, right? So I used to be like, yeah, he acts like little kids didn't play in traffic with him, but it didn't matter what I said. If it has the name Jeffrey Epstein in it, it's not.
Maybe you should start saying J.E.
JE, yeah. But you got to think about it. I'm putting a montage of videos. And if I were to block out Jeffrey Epstein in everybody's video, I would have had to take another 5 days. That's a 2-hour video.
Right.
It's done.
Instead of Ja
But
Rule, we got Josh Moon. So that's what we'll start calling him. I said instead of Ja Rule, we got Josh Mean. That's what we'll call him now.
Thank you, Cherry. He said,
we have a
Noah
caller if you guys want to get to a caller
love y'all.
before we
Keep
wrap.
bringing the truth to the surface. Calls from Beyond. I love your content too. We tried. I know we do. Like I try to be a truth teller always because certain things we gotta know, sister. Certain things we need to know. Yes. Honestly, with the way
we do got a caller.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys want to get to, we could wrap up here with just we have 2 callers in the room right now.
Yeah, we can finish off with some calls.
Divine Queen, if you want to get yourself prepped up, I'm going to bring you into the room first. What's up?
Hello. Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, boo.
Hello.
How are you? Shout out to my patrons.
Listen. Exactly. Look, you my bestie in real life, for real, for real.
No, for real. I love you down, sister. Thank you
Absolutely.
for calling in.
No problem. Look, I clicked on the link and realized that's fake. I was like, oh, I'm in the waiting room. I wasn't trying to be in the waiting room, but I'm just calling to say, hey, look, I don't have a lot going on. I have some stories, but not like major. The one story I can say that has always stuck with me from the time I was little. I remember when my great-grandfather, my great-grandmother's second husband, whatever, he passed. And we were kind of cool. We were kind of close and everything. I never had a problem with him. But I remember he passed. And like, I want to say maybe a year later, I was in high school. I was sitting on my bed and I just had this instant feeling of somebody's here. And I instantly knew. I was like, Grandpa Chick, why are you playing with me? I was like, I'm not ready for this. Like, his name was Laverne, but the nickname was Chick because he was, from what I understand, possibly Cherokee, Indian, and Black, something, not sure. But I just remember instantly, like, it was my grandfather. I was like, Grandpa Chick, this ain't the time. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And I saw an indentation, everything on the foot of my bed. I'm sitting at the head of my bed, and I'm like, I know the bed just had an indentation, like somebody sat there. And no sooner than I said, Grandpa Chick, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Instantly, I saw the bed go back, like nobody was sitting on it.
Oh no!
And I instantly felt like, okay, there's nobody in the room. That was weird.
Right? Yeah. You can feel when somebody sit on a bed, or you can feel a presence, even if you don't see it. You feel it, especially if you're sitting on your bed.
Exactly. And I'm literally at the head of the bed, crisscross applesauce, and I'm like, no, not right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was in high school and I was like, I didn't know nothing about that. And I didn't find out until fast forward decades later that having a conversation, we in Illinois, because I'm from Chicago area, we're in Illinois, and I'm just talking to my mother. My mother's there, my grandmother, which is my great-grandmother's daughter. We're there sitting in the room, and I was like, so y'all remember when we went to New Orleans and, we went for grandma's 85th birthday? It was just really weird. Things happened, whatever. I literally felt like I was transported, even though I could see everything there in New Orleans. But I'm like, no, this is definitely different. But when we got back, we're celebrating my great grandmother's, passing and everything. We did the whole, toasting her drink of choice was Chevy's Regal. Ugh, disgusting. I don't do dark liquor. Listen, I don't do dark liquor, and that's definitely when I was like, "We got to do a shot." I'm not doing a shot. They was like, "You got." I'm like, "Okay." I was her favorite as my child. Listen, talking about hairs on your chest, I definitely saw a few. I'm like, but I was like, I was her favorite. What everybody told me, so I was like, "Okay, this is for you, Grandma," because I don't do dark liquor. But okay, we toasted. Literally ended up doing 3 shots because my brother was mad that he wasn't there when we did it. So we had to do a shot again for him. Then my sister was mad because she was like, I'm coming on the tail. And I said, listen, I didn't sign up for 3 shots of this. I did not. I was a little lit, just a little bit. So after we got done, we get done and everything, and I'm not gonna take up too much time. We literally are sitting there talking. I was like, so question. I was like to my sister, I said, do you remember, that dream you had when we were, in Bolingbrook, and you had a dream, and the next morning you got a call that, somebody's kid got hit, blah, blah, and you just bust out crying. She was like, yeah, she was like, and grandma used to always tell me, if your dreams are in color, that means they're going to come to, it's a premonition. It's going to come real.
I've
Never
heard
heard
that
Whoa.
grandma
before.
say that. Then here comes my grandmother, her daughter. Right. Then here comes my grandma's like, oh yeah, well I used to the first house we lived in, with your grandpa Willie and all that. Yeah, we had, it was a spirit of the house. I had stripped the floors, cleaned them, hands and knees waxing. The spirit didn't like him, knocked him down the stairs. I'm sitting here like, this is just you talking like this is just normal. Like,
It's just
what are we
normal.
doing? And then right, and then my mother chimes in. She was like, that's why I didn't like staying there. I remember we were there one time, me and my best friend, and I heard the door open downstairs. I'm upstairs. I heard the door open in this house, in the same house. Literally heard something come up the stairs. I ran in the room and hid. When I heard or felt there was nothing else there, I took off running, and she took the bus to my grandmother's job. I said,
Yeah.
so explain to me why y'all didn't mention that we got the gift of like stuff like that.
Well,
Okay.
listen, I never
Okay. So now my
understand older
sister,
people. I could never live in an active haunted house and know that it's actively haunted. I'm moving.
li-
I'm selling the
listen,
house. Okay?
li-
That's it.
listen. I still sit here, and my sister is just like, she came here for my 50th birthday. I'm in Georgia, and she was like, so I be hearing you talk, and I be hearing you post stuff here and there. She was like, you a witch? I was like, girl. I said, girl.
Oh no. Oh,
I
oh,
said, listen.
oops.
She was like, I'm just saying, like, I'm not. She was like, I would know you're not a bad witch. Like, what I said, I just looked at her. I was like, sister. I was like, what do you want? She was like, I don't want
Yeah.
nothing, but if I need help with something, I was like, yeah. I said, you got the gift too. I said, so it's okay. You could do the same things I'm doing. So listen, my family is
Wow,
definitely
girl.
gifted, and I birthed some gifted children because all my girls is
Yeah.
gifted as well. So yeah,
It
it's a
usually
lot.
runs in the
But
family. That's why it didn't bother your people, your mom, your grandmothers. It didn't bother them because it's usually hereditary. It is what it is. It's scary whenever you first see it, but whenever you don't got no veil, you just kind of get used to it.
listen, my grandmother said flat out, my great grandmother, I should say, she used to always say, yeah, I could see things. I had the gift of the ESPA. I was like, ESPA? I
The
said,
S, but
ESP? She was like, yeah, I knew it. So I said, not S. I said,
oh,
okay,
she had that
Granny. I said,
ESPN.
yeah, yeah, literally. I was like, I said, okay,
Espen.
yeah, literally. But that's all I got for
Mm.
today. I'll think of some more stories and I'll call back another time.
Well,
Shout
thank
Thank you
you.
out.
so much. I appreciate you,
Thank you. Thank you.
Queen.
No problem. Y'all have a good one.
You
Thank you. You
too.
as
All
well.
right.
Have a great weekend.
I love
All
my
right, George, who's
patients.
next?
We be speaking
Uh,
Japanese over there.
Our next caller is Ashley. Ashley, you be safe now. I see what you're doing there in the preview window, but I'm going to join you on the stage.
What a
okay?
creeper. Damn, George.
Well, I mean, bro, she's
Oh,
driving.
she's driving.
I was like,
Okay.
I was like, I don't know if she wants to be on the show. How's it
Hey,
going,
girl,
Ashley?
hey.
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me or do I need to put in
Y-
my earphones?
we
We
can hear
can
you
hear
pretty
You're
okay.
good.
Okay, cool. Hey Noah, I love you, girl.
you. Hey, I love you down too, sister. Thank you for calling in.
You welcome, y'all welcome. So I have a story that I've been trying to tell y'all for about 2 months now, but my boyfriend, well, my spouse, he's my spouse. He said I shouldn't tell y'all the story because it's about his sister,
Mm-hmm.
who is, well, I think, yeah, we all think she's like a witch or whatever, but I listen to your channel, Noah, so I
Mm-hmm.
think she was just playing around because she do tarot card readings and stuff like that. I think she was just playing around with an entity that she did not supposed to be playing with. And
Mm-hmm.
so back in, I think it started about September, October, she started acting weird. Like the family noticed that she acts weird because she's 24. So she was
Mm-hmm.
23 when she started acting weird. Like she started taking her mom's car and like driving because they live in Alabama. And she drove to Mississippi and nobody knew where the hell she was going. But when she got back, well, okay, first of all, the car broke down. She said the car broke down. But when her brothers came to pick her up, the car wasn't broke, but they were so worried about getting her back home safely that they didn't even look to see if the car was checked out.
Right.
Well, was good or whatever. So on the way back to Alabama, she was acting weird. Like she was telling them that she needs y'all to pull over, and her eyes was looking different. Like she didn't look like the same baby sister or whatever. And so after that, they brought her home. Like she been wanting to put her because she's very holistic. Like she's an alkaline vegan. Like she doesn't eat meat or anything like that. And me and my family don't need her, but she's like really serious. And I'm like, what type of demon? Because they family thinks she has a demon because they're all Christian. So and nothing against Christians, but they really thought that she has a demon in her. So she sprayed her mom with wall spray and pushed her. Like she was just acting so not herself. And like she wasn't eating some days. Like she would sleep outside. Like this is when it's cold, like in November. Like she would sleep outside in the bed of the truck with no jacket on and nothing, no blanket, no nothing. And then like I think they tried to do an exorcism on her, so they tied her to a chair.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
And
That
and
escalated
then
pretty quickly.
yeah, it gets worse than that. But this is good. Okay, so they tied her to the chair, and so that night, one of the brothers was in the house, and he said like the house was shaking, like while they had her tied to the chair, and it was like a storm that was going on throughout the whole city. But the storm, like somehow it was making their house shake, like it was like a earthquake or something. And he said he could barely pee in the toilet; the house was shaking so bad. And so their washing machine was going off and it was unplugged. They've been seeing shadows and stuff that was paralyzing them in their house. But their house is like a portal because their house address is 1221, whatever the rest of the address is.
Jesus.
But this is in Alabama. So they always seen stuff in their house. And I have encountered some weird things too when I spent the night. So, but fast forward to make the long story short. So the last time she stole her mom's car, she ended up driving. She was trying to come to my house, but she ended up driving and hitting somebody in Louisiana and going to jail because she took the police on a high speed chase when the police
Oh
came
my
to the
Jesus.
scene. Yeah.
Lord.
And so she didn't wreck the car because I had asked her because hold on, she had ended up coming to my house after she was in jail for 10 days, did not eat nothing, lost a whole bunch of weight, so she looked crazy at this point. So her parents went and bailed her out after 10 days of being in jail and decided to bring her to Texas, Houston, where I live. And I have two little girls who are her nieces. And the whole family literally came besides the oldest brother. And so the oldest brother, he's very spiritual too. He sometimes eat vegan. I'm gonna say it like that. So, but he's very spiritual too, just like my spouse is too, and I. And so they came to my house, and I thought they was gonna leave the next day because I'm in chiropractic school or whatever. So I left. No, first of all, I came home after school and I was just talking to everybody. It seemed like a good vibe or whatever. But I was sat down and talked to the sister that everybody think is possessed, and at the time she was spitting up green stuff, and she could like barely talk. She was very very weak or whatever. And I
Green
told
stuff.
her that I can't help you. Yeah, it's gonna come back in the story, but where I was at. So I told her I can't help her because this is your brother's house. Like he paid the bills. Like I'm just here. Whatever he say, I can't. I would love to help your situation. I would love to help you because she's literally trying to run away from her house, her family, her mom and dad, and everything like that. And so she ended up. So the next day, I thought they were gonna leave, but she stayed the night in my house with their other younger brother, and they slept on my couch. But I told their dad, I said, y'all get up early or whatever. Tell me why I came home that afternoon. They still in my house. So I'm like, Okay. So, she did. Long story short, with that part, she did not leave. She did not leave. She was literally like flinching back off her mom, like did not want them to touch her. Like she's staying. Like nobody could get her out the house. And I was like, okay, I'm just going. And I asked her. I said, is it okay if I take you to like a women's shelter so you can get some help, or like try to enroll you in school or something? Something you can, because you can't sit around my house and not do nothing. Like we gotta eat too. We can't just feed you and feed my kids. We got stuff going on too. So she was like, yeah, I'll do all of that. And then this is in Christmas. This is the day before Christmas. Literally the day. Okay, so that was like a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Christmas was on a Friday of last year, right? So then Thursday, I woke up the next day, and I haven't got sick with like a fever, cough, or nothing since about 3 years. So tell me why I woke up and I started coughing. I was like, okay, maybe I got some, just a little itch in my throat. Let me go swallow some honey or something, drink me something to get this cough away. No, it turned into a full blown. It wasn't COVID, but it was probably like the flu or something. And then on Christmas Day, like my whole family was sick. My two daughters had a fever. My spouse, this is his second time getting sick because he got sick in November and he was really down bad. But then it came back up again in December. So he's like, dang, how many times am I gonna get sick? And so yeah, my mom got sick because she was there for Christmas too. So everybody in my house is sick, down bad. And so we
Was
was
she
over the
sick? Was the
weekend.
sister sick?
Yes, that's why she wasn't like, she didn't have a fever or nothing like that, but she was spitting up green stuff and she was coughing. And she was doing that after she got out of jail. So I thought it was just, something she caught in jail. But for my whole house to get sick, and my daughter, my baby daughter, she never had a fever, never got sick. And my oldest haven't got sick in about 3 years. And so I was like, okay, what's going on? Come to find out, we didn't find out until Monday that she took our stack of playing cards. We had two stack of playing cards, and she was out on the balcony doing, I don't know if it was voodoo, but she was doing some of them playing cards. She was throwing them off the balcony. And remind you that we all down bad in the bed sick. Like we had to Uber food to the house, like we couldn't even move. So she was the only one up cooking food for herself, and she only go to sleep during the day. She don't sleep at night, so she be up all night. And I would come out. Okay, so before I say that, she would wake up in the middle of the night. This started like Christmas Day, and she was trying to like sit face to face with my daughter in her bed, my oldest daughter in my bed. She would only like try to interact with my oldest daughter. Like she got two nieces. Like, why are you only trying to interact with one of them? And so I saw her smiling like weird at her one point, and she wasn't trying to play with her, but she was just staring at her, just watching her play with her Christmas toys. And then that night, she had knocked on because my mom was staying in the room with my daughter, my oldest daughter, and she had knocked on the room door, came in, and just laid like face to face on the floor because the baby beds are kind of low to the ground, so she was face to face just staring at my daughter, and we thought that was weird. My mama thought that was weird, so she called my spouse and she was like, "Come get your sister. She's acting weird." So the next couple of nights, she kept knocking on my door because I had my daughter come sleep with me in my bed with me and my spouse and my other daughter, because we was all sick. And she would come knock on the door like 11 o'clock at night, talking about, come out, like calling my daughter's name, trying to get her to come out. We's like, she's asleep, like she's sick. Like she said, it's okay, I'll take care of her. Come on out, girl. We was like, what? Girl, go,
Child.
back and sleep on the couch. So the last time she did that, my spouse literally had to cock his gun. He was like, what is wrong with her? Because she came like 9 o'clock in the morning and knocked on the door. And I was like, who is it? She said, I'm here to collect. She said my daughter's name. I'm here to collect her. Like, what does that mean? And So like that really fired my spouse up after that. So we had to call the police to get her out. The first police officer came and he did not do anything. So we had to ask ChatGPT how to get her out the house. But after the first one came, we saw how she's really crazy because she acted like she was preparing herself to leave, putting her clothes on, packing up all of her things. But she sat on that couch and gave the evilest look. Like she just sat there and smiled until the police officer came. Just sat there. I was like, oh my goodness. Like we was trying to talk to her, remind you that we was did not remind you, but I didn't say this. She was not talking to us at all since her family left. Like she didn't say not one word to us. Like we would ask her questions and stuff like that about jail or just try to joke around with her. Like she would not say nothing. Like I was asking her, "Are you trying to destiny swap with my child?" Like just asking her a question like to try to piss her off or something, because she had something going on with my child. So one day I saw her scribbling something down. She was writing down the address. She had no phone on her, nothing like that. She was writing down the address to somewhere in Arizona. And it was like a park in Arizona. And she wrote down the mileage and how long it's gonna take to get there and stuff like that. Then she wrote down some other cities. But we really was confused. But we had the second police officer came and he was able to get her out, but he had to call the psych ward people to help us get her out. And we had to show that she was, because first of all, I keep missing parts of the story because my spouse, before the first police officer came, my spouse had lit some sage and set it on her lap, and that made her run onto the balcony. And so it was like it must be
What
something going on.
the hell? What the
Absolute
fuck?
hell no. To the no. To the
Yeah,
no.
she ran out on the balcony, and that wasn't the first time we did that. Because when they first came to my house, and I wasn't there, but my spouse said he lit some sage, and his mom was like, "That's gonna piss her off. Don't like that." But he lit it anyway, and she ran into my bathroom. Oh, she don't take showers either. Like that's another thing. Like she didn't take a shower the whole time. When he had lit that sage the first time, but my thing is, you had two different wash towels, and she was playing with my body wash and my spouse's body wash. So I'm like, why was you messing with my spouse's body wash? Like I can tell that she moved it from the spot that it was at and put it on the side of the tub. So I was like, yeah, it's something going on. But I'm like, how do somebody have a demon in them if the demons allow them to be vegan and alkaline? And like she was buying food, like organic food, and making smoothies and stuff. Like, is she demonic or like did something happen to her? No, what you think?
Yes. You know, my Christian counterparts, they do be dramatic as fuck sometimes, but sometimes they be spot on. That is a low vibrational demon on that girl. And they're gonna say she's schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Mark my words, they're gonna say she's schizophrenic, but really, this is why it is so good to have um a mentor or somebody to help you, because when you playing with them tarot cards, that is very, very close to a Ouija board. If you don't close out, or if you are playing with energies that you do not know, that shit can get attached to you. Everything that you are telling me sounds like it's demonic. It is. It is. It's a low vibrational energy. The not bathing, the weirdness, the everything. This screams demon. Okay? Um, and absolutely, you were right. Your discernment was on point to keep her away from your baby, because these type of energies, they prey on people that are innocent, right? The ones that are spiritually open. And sometimes they'll try to leave the vessel that they are on because either it's not serving them or it's not feeding them the way it needs to be fed. And they'll try to jump on somebody else. Absolutely not. That is
I
giving
forgot to
that it's a
tell
demon.
you. I forgot to tell y'all. I had a period early in December. Why did I have another one that same month when she was
Uh-uh.
there doing that stuff to us? I was like, how did I have two periods in the same month?
His family is really fucked up though, because that was their problem that they dumped off on you, and you got them kids. Don't forget that they brought that
I
burden
can't
over
hear
to
you. I don't
you.
know what happened.
I don't know what happened either.
Can you guys still hear me?
Can you
I
hear
hear
me?
you now.
Okay.
I can
Yeah, my bad.
I can hear you, but I can't hear her.
I can hear everybody.
I
Can
can't hear
everybody hear
Noah.
me?
I can't hear
Oh
her.
shit! I think it's because the host left out.
Yeah, no, because my camera's glitched for a sec. But
Okay.
I'm gonna try to re-add you and see if that. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can't
can hear
hear
you
no. I
now.
see her moving.
Oh shit!
Did we lose her?
Nah. Damn.
Okay, y'all in the chat. Can
It's okay.
y'all
No,
all
I ain't
can
want
hear
to take up
us?
all y'all time, but I've been trying to call y'all for the longest.
Can y'all hear me in the chat?
Should I click out and come back in?
Yes.
Yeah. Go, try that.
Okay, let me see how to do that.
I knew I wasn't tripping earlier whenever I tried to join.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I know. That's a weird bug.
Y'all two can hear me though?
Yeah.
I can hear you
I can
now.
hear you.
Okay.
Before I couldn't hear you.
Okay,
like when
they
you
can
first
hear us.
were
She
trying
just couldn't. So hopefully she could just join back in. But because I don't know if you were on a strict time, 11:30 for you, George, as well. But I'm
yeah, I
gonna tell
was
you, can you
thinking
hear
we
me?
could finish with Ashley. Ashley, can you hear us?
Can you hear
Yes,
us?
I can. I can.
Yeah. You got to think about things. They said she was had a demon on her. Tried to do an exorcist.
No, it went away again.
Oh no!
I don't know. I don't know what
Damn.
happened.
I'm sorry, y'all. They like we can hear all of y'all. So
Everybody else is leaving. I'm gonna have to call
everybody
back,
can hear me.
y'all.
Can you, George? Can she hear you?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I
assuming
love
you'll.
you now.
I'm gonna
Alrighty. Yeah, we
let
could
her
try to.
drop her down so I
Yep.
can just finish. Just tell her she can hear you. So
Yeah.
watch the playback of
Just
this.
watch the playback of the rest of this video. She's gonna leave you a response, Ashley. Sorry, we're having these technical difficulties.
No problem. I'm definitely gonna
Alrighty.
listen.
Thank you
Thank
Alrighty,
so
Ashley.
y'all.
Have a
much.
good one. Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna leave y'all with this, and then we're gonna get off live. It's fucked up because they thought she had a demon on her, tried to do an exorcist, had some weird shit happen in their house, and then decided to send her to the brother that has a wife and two small children. They were absolutely right. That is demonic energy. I'm sorry. Put it in the comments if you think I'm right or wrong. I don't know. That is low vibrational energy. They sent her to a mental hospital. They're going to say she's schizophrenic, bipolar. This is what they do whenever they don't know what else to say. Or really, she just needs to see either a priest, priestess, Babalao, Iphania, some kind of spiritualist and get a cleanse. Okay? That is demonic energy. Not showering is demonic energy. Messing with them kids. All of it is just screaming demon. Sorry. If you think it's a demon, comment down below. Because I do. But the best thing that I can say is keep that lady out your house. Do not let them guilt trip you to let her stay there. Do not let her in your house. You actually should have cleansed your house from top to bottom after she left. And if you have not, go ahead and do it because energy never dies. It just keeps moving. And those type of demonic energies like to hide in the creeks, crevices, and clutter closets. And they will literally sit there and fester until they feel like somebody is weak enough for them to jump on. So make sure you cleanse your house, sister. But that's all. George.
Noah, good show today. We did it
Yes,
again.
I
We did it.
know.
Hold on, I'm
Austin
gonna
had to
bring
run
back.
out, y'all, as y'all probably saw his hand. He
Gotta
did tell
bring
us
back
it was a
fresh.
hard 11:30 for him.
Yep.
But yeah, we appreciate y'all. So
We love y'all
be on the
down.
lookout. I'm gonna be releasing a plethora of videos today. Make sure y'all watch them. Okay, like I said, I got in trouble for them EP file videos, but hell, I don't
And
care.
somebody had to say it though.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, people have been saying it, but somebody that our people follow needed to say it.
Yeah. Because I noticed in a community within the spooky, true crime, haunted people, places, and things, a lot of creators that don't look like us on this panel are getting their flowers. They're, oh my God, they're so brave. They're sharing it. Well, we've been sharing this shit for years. We've been talking about that administration, that man, them files for years, getting demonetized, having to deal with strikes on our account. We have been in the trenches. So shout out to all the Black creators, all the creators that are putting their accounts at risk, because that's quite literally what we're doing. So I'm going to be releasing some content. I'm going to be posting about the portal that's happening tomorrow. I'm so excited. The planets will be aligning perfectly. You will
No
see
shit.
them. I'm so excited. I got something
Isn't that
for
the
y'all.
picture you have up there on your wall? Is that all
Probably,
the
yes. My
planets
assistants,
aligned?
we've been
I don't
posting
know.
about
I
it.
see it in like the top left. No. The one that's
Yes.
on your wall behind you.
Oh, no.
That's
Oh, well, come
that's
man.
not planets?
No. It's this one. It's this one. Can you see it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that the
Yes,
planets?
that's exactly what all the planets are going to be doing.
No shit.
Like, I could see
That picture caught
a
my eye
planet.
this morning. You know, Noah, you've had this background for so long. That picture out of all mornings, this morning it caught my eye, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then now we're
Yes.
talking about it, and I'm like,
Yes. So the sun
The
is going
universe
to
is
be right
telling
here,
me.
and all of them are going to be in a straight line. It's an absolute goddamn portal tomorrow.
Right. Does that mean everybody's going crazy? I had a very crazy, chaotic morning. I feel like we
Yes.
all had, like, I feel like my life is in a little bit of disarray right now, if I'm being
Yes.
fully transparent with
It's-
this panel.
Listen, Saturn return. It is just very. It's a weird time right now. So make sure
Yeah.
y'all are staying protected, doing protection work. Now is not necessary. I mean, you can do abundance work, but focus on protection.
Staying alive.
Staying alive.
Staying
right?
alive. Fucking
Staying
making
alive.
it to the next day, man.
Yes, but yeah, so of course you guys make sure you watch my videos. I am still doing a raffle over on my channel. So just make sure you guys are staying tuned, because I am taking note of all of you guys' names that are putting the word ancestor or sending me screenshots and receipts for your readings. So make sure that you guys are tuned in, because I'm going to be announcing the winner probably sometime in March. Maybe even like March 10th. I don't know.
Do it.
What are you working on, George? Where can they find you?
I had a combine video drop today. I'm Mari's like our amazing moderator, and I'm sure she's dropped the link in there somewhere. But the page's name is Veterans Minimum. The title of the video is "We Tried to Beat the Worst Combine Times in NFL History," and I compete athletically. So if you like to see some funny ass content, it was a blast. It's out now on YouTube at Veterans Minimum. You can watch it there. Thank you guys.
Perfect. Oh, and another thing.
Yeah.
Y'all have been leaving me voicemails, and they're tea. They're tea as fuck. Okay. So if you want to tell me a spooky, spiritual, haunted people, place, things, death, true crime story, just call the T line. The T line is on my page. I don't know the number by heart, but you can call and leave me a voicemail. We are in the midst of turning you guys' voicemails into a mini series. So make sure that you give us a call, and yeah, spill the tea. Please, we're using it for tarot and tea. I promise you guys, I'm even going back so far as a year, because you guys have been leaving me voicemails for nearly 2 years. So if you hear your voice, you know, that's just because we're going all the way back, okay? But I appreciate you guys. And yeah.
Tell them try not to keep them so long. You know, some people call and leave 40 minutes worth of messages.
Right. We try to keep them we like at least 3 messages, just so you can get it out, because each voicemail has the capacity of 3 minutes. So just to keep it concise, try to, if you can, get to your point in 9 minutes. You will have to hang up and call back, but we know who you are, and we'll put it underneath a video. So, but yeah.
All right.
I will see you guys next
Happy
Friday.
Hey, Let's have a great weekend, yeah?
Let's have
just
a great,
can we all agree?
prosperous weekend.
We have a prosperous weekend. We enjoy ourselves. Our first caller talking about dark liquor makes me want dark liquor.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the weekend's taking me. So,
you know what?
alrighty, guys.
5 o'clock somewhere. I'm gonna go have a drink with my ancestors.
Let's go do it.
They got the Hennessy on their altar. So yeah.
Alrighty, fam.
Patron and the whole 9.
All right,
Love
y'all.
y'all.
Y'all do good. Be good. Stay woke and stay safe. Love y'all down. We will see y'all next Friday.